afternoon, everyone. This is Mrs. Thiel. I want to explain to you how we are going to continue to learn, even though we are not allowed to go back into the building at Centerville High School. What we are going to be doing is called distance learning. Distance learning is when I teach you and you learn, but I'm in my house and you are in your house. So it's not ideal, but we can do this, and I'm going to try to explain to you how this is going to happen.
Okay.
The platform to participate in distance learning is called Blackboard Collaborate. Basically, Blackboard Collaborate is a virtual classroom. Each teacher has their own link to that virtual classroom, and it is a way for us to communicate and talk to each other while we are safe in our own homes. This is the way we are going to use so that you all continue to learn until the end of the school year. During my class periods and during my office hours, I will be in my Blackboard Collaborate virtual classrooms to help you and to teach you. We will talk about the specifics of the times for each class and the time in just a moment. We need to know how you all can access my virtual classroom, my Blackboard Collaborate. Again, each teacher has their own virtual classroom. So you will be receiving a link to each of your teachers' Blackboard Collaborate classrooms. My link will be posted on my Google Classroom. You may also use your phone. If for whatever reason you can't use your laptop to enter my Blackboard Collaborate classroom, you may use your phone, calling this number here, and then entering this PIN. I think using your computer will be easier, but you are able to use your phone. Allison, do you have a question?
Yes. You might answer this later on, but I just want to see the answer now. So if we're like in the middle of this, I know it's being recorded, but like, what if we have to what if the due date for something is the next day and you don't have class the next day, and then you miss something, and when you're like going to the bathroom or something?
Okay, so you're going to be flexible with this. If you ever have a question, or if you ever, go ahead and turn off your microphone now, Al. If you have a question, or if you miss a due date, or you're not able to do something by a certain date when something is due, just tell us. You can write us a note on our Google Classroom. You can send an email. You can come to our office hours and talk to us about this. We know that this is difficult. This is a difficult time for us. So we are trying to make this as flexible as possible and just communicate with us. Tell us if you're having issues or problems with your work. Okay, if you're not able to come to your Blackboard Collaborate class during the specific period you have that teacher, I believe that most teachers will be recording their classes so you can listen to it later. If you have a question you want to listen to the class more than one time, you can do that. But this will be available to you. Each of the classes that we give for each period will be recorded. and you all will be able to access those recordings. Now, distance learning in Fairfax County this spring kind of has three parts. The first part is the actual virtual classroom time. These are normal classes with your teachers. This is when I will be teaching you something. All of your teachers will be teaching you something, and you will be participating and learning. Those classes happen on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Each Tuesday is an A day. On A days, as you know, you will be going to period 1, 3, 5, and 7. On B days, you will be going to periods 2, 4, and 6. There's 30 minutes in between each class, so you guys can take a break, get something to eat. There's also lunch. That's between 11:15 and 12:15. Yes, Allison?
When, like, do we have a specific time, like in between 11:15 and 12:15, or can we eat during the whole thing?
You can eat whenever you want. Um,
Okay.
The only reason they're giving you a lunch hour is for those of you who may go to pick up lunch. You can have time during that hour to go pick up lunch. Otherwise, you can eat your lunch whenever you like. So you're going to be seeing your teachers for 45 minutes each class period. There's a specific bell schedule that you're going to follow. So for instance, period 1, if you have me for period 1, we will be together in my Blackboard Collaborate class from 9:15 to 10 o'clock. I will be teaching you something, and you will be getting assignments to finish on your own time. Allison, what day of the week will you go to period 4?
Thursday.
Yes. On Thursday at 10:30, you will sign into your 4th period teacher's Blackboard Collaborate classroom, and you will be in class with that teacher from 10:30 to 11:15. You also see that your class days are shorter. They start at 9:15 each day, Tuesday and Thursday. On Tuesday, your day ends at 2:15. On Thursday, your day ends at 1 o'clock. I also think that it's a good idea for you all to try to sign in to your teacher's Blackboard Collaborate classroom a few minutes before class starts, so you don't miss the first few minutes. So if your period 7 starts at 1:30, Allison, what time do you think you should sign in to Blackboard Collaborate if your class starts at 1:30? Allison, did you hear my question?
I forgot to turn my mic on. If it starts, if the like whole thing starts at like 1:30, then I would start at like 1:15 and like in between 1:15 and 1:20.
That's a good idea. Now, she made a good point too. While you are in class, your microphone should be muted. If it's not, you get all sorts of background noise. So while I'm teaching, and while your teachers, any of your teachers are teaching, you should mute your microphone, which is at the bottom of the page. You'll see a red line going through it. And then when you have a question, you raise your hand, which it looks like a little person raising his arm at the bottom of your page, your screen that you're seeing. When you raise your hand, I hear a little beep and I can call on you. And then you turn your microphone on and you ask your question. Is that clear, Allison?
Crystal clear.
Thank you. Okay, so Tuesdays and Thursdays, you have class with each of your teachers. Each of your teachers has a different Blackboard Collaborate link. So you need to find, before Tuesday, you need to go to the Blackboard pages and the Google Classroom pages for each of your teachers and find the links. Maybe you can add them to your favorites bar up at the top of your page for Google. But you're going to need access to all of the links for all of your teachers before the day of classes. Okay, so Tuesday, you need to be ready for period 1, 3, 5, and 7. Look for and find the links and or the phone numbers for the Blackboard Collaborate classrooms for each of your teachers. Okay. So Tuesday, Thursday, you have class with your teachers. The second part of this distance learning model are office hours. Office hours are a bit less, I don't know, strict, less planned. Each teacher on Wednesday and on Friday will have 90 minutes during which they will be in their Blackboard Collaborate classroom ready to answer questions or provide additional work or just talk with you about anything you'd like to talk about. Okay? But each teacher has their own office hours. My office hours on Wednesdays are from 9:30 to 10:30 in the morning and from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the evening. My office hours on Friday are 9:30 to 11 o'clock in the morning. Every teacher has their own office hours. So here's our list of office hours for the ESOL teachers. So Allison, if you have Mrs. Beach for math, what time on Wednesday would you go to her Blackboard Collaborate classroom to ask her a question? There we go.
1:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yes, 1:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon. Okay, if you want to go talk with Mrs. Park, you have a question about an assignment that she gave you earlier in the week. On Friday, she is available to answer any questions from 1:30 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So this is the time where you all ask questions, ask for additional. Allison, do you have a question?
Yes.
Yes.
It's more of an observant.
Okay.
So, for example, Mrs. Beach has the same office hours on Wednesday and Friday. Does that mean like we have to stay the whole time on both of those days, or can we only stay like 5 minutes and then leave?
Yes, good question, Allison. The office hours are times during which you can kind of drop in, ask a quick question, and then leave. So if you have a quick question, say, Mrs. Beach, I forgot how to add integers. Can you explain it one more time? She will be available to do that between 1:30 and 2:30 on Friday and on Wednesday. And it may only take 5-10 minutes, and then you can leave and go work on your work. You do not have to be there the full 90 minutes. Okay, the third part of this instructional model, distance learning, is independent work. So anytime that you are not in class, which would be Tuesdays and Thursdays, or time where you're not in office hours, you have free time to do independent work. This is working on your homework. This could be working around the house. This could be taking a walk. This could be taking a nap. These are times that you have to your own, to yourself, to decide what you want to do. I want to go back to the classroom and explain one more thing. It's very important on Tuesdays and Thursdays for you all to come and go to the Blackboard Collaborate classrooms for each of your periods. On Tuesdays, period 1, 3, 5, and 7, and Thursdays 2, 4, and 6. These are the times that you will be getting instruction from your teachers. It's important for you to be there. Now, personally, for me, I teach English language development on A days for periods 1, 5, and 7. You can come to any of my classes on Tuesdays. If you're in period 1 and you oversleep, come to period 5. If you are in period 5 and you want to take a nap at 12:15, come to period 7. For me, that's not a problem. I will be teaching periods 1, 5, and 7 on Tuesdays. If you want to sit in on 2 classes on Tuesday to get extra work, extra help, I will be available periods 1, 5, and 7 on Tuesdays. I will not be online. I will not be in Blackboard Collaborate during period 3 because I teach period 3. The same thing holds true for Thursdays. On Thursdays, I teach period 2 and 4. I will not be in class period 6 because I do not have a class that day on B days, period 6. Okay. Allison, did you have any other questions?
No, I don't think so.
Hope this helps. Remember, before Tuesday, you need to go to your teachers, each teacher's Blackboard page and or their Google Classroom. That is where they will post their link to their Blackboard Collaborate. You will not be able to participate or listen in on the lesson on Tuesday if you do not have that link. So please do that. That's very important. We all miss you and we look forward to seeing you and talking with you on Tuesday. Please feel free, if you have any questions, to email me or put a note on my Blackboard class or my Google Classroom. We are here to answer questions. I know it's confusing and this is a hard time, but we're all kind of learning together. So hang in there. We're here for you. And I will see you on Tuesday. Thank you. Thank you, Allison.